From NBC News, this is Today with Kathie Lee and Hoda Kotb.
Here at the Today Show, we have to thank an awful lot of people, but David Friedman came through for us in a huge way on our voice competition. Want to thank him so much and let you know again that his book, The Thought Exchange, Overcoming Our Resistance to Living a Sensational Life, is doing great. It's in its third printing. It's going to be done in Hebrew and Korea.
Hello?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we're talking now about today's relationships and how to get through to your guy. And nobody knows better than you when it comes to communicating effectively. That new research suggests that long-term closeness can create problems.
I didn't know that, but
Yes,
now I know.
it can.
Kate White is the editor-in-chief of Cosmopolitan magazine, and Dr. Ish Major is a psychiatrist and the author of Little White Whys, A Woman's Guide to the Lies Men Tell and Why. You've both been with us before. Thanks
How
for
are
being
you?
here, Dave.
So, Kate, we speak different languages. I mean, that's really the essence of all this, isn't it?
Well, what's interesting is there's a study that shows that couples actually have more blind spots in their communication than strangers do, because we go through something that's you could call closeness communications bias,
right,
where because you're a couple, you overestimate your ability to communicate, so you end up talking in shortcuts or assuming things.
So if you ask your partner, when are you going to be home? And he says, not too late. That sounds like it's clear,
right,
but it's really not clear,
Right.
is
You
it?
think not too late's 9 o'clock, and he
Right.
thinks it's midnight.
That's right. And you really have to learn to be more specific, really be ultra clear, because shortcuts end up creating problems.
They're big problems, don't they?
So what should the man do if the woman says, well, what are you saying? What do you mean not too late?
Then they say you're nagging.
Right. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to call them on it, because a lot of times some guys are doing this intentionally. We're being intentionally vague because we kind of want to
Keep
get
our
away.
options open.
You got it. And so just clarify. Get a little. What's not too late? Are you thinking one? You're thinking two? Just call us on it. And a lot of times we appreciate that because now it clears up the
Yeah,
ambiguity.
just say if you're going to be a little late, call me, honey, so I don't worry.
Here's a way. Here's something a guy might say at dinner that would offend a woman, and I agree with this. Where'd you get this chicken? Okay, if you've made the chicken. Now, I would immediately say, well, what's wrong with it? You didn't like it? Like, what's the problem? But guys are more straightforward. Not everything is seen as a criticism.
He really
right?
wants to know where you got the chicken.
Yeah, where'd you get it? Did you get it at Whole Foods or at the grocery store?
They're very literal, and women tend to sometimes put another agenda there, interpret it in a way, and sometimes you just have to come out and say, oh, lightheartedly, what did you mean by that? Why do you ask?
Okay.
I love that whole why do you ask clarification, because it goes so far as clearing things up. And again, back to the chicken, women internalize things because you guys are nurturers. You want to make sure it's right. And guys, we're just assuming we did it right. Hey,
well, and
thanks.
you can internalize things, can't you? Because let's pretend you didn't work out all day, you feel terrible, and your husband asks you in a normal way, hey, did you get to the gym? And you're completely defensive and go, no, I didn't get to it. I was busy raising your kids. And then it turns into like a big
what's
fight.
going on there is when we are close, we assume we have a shared brain. So you've been bugged lately thinking, oh, I haven't been to the gym, I haven't been to the gym. And you're thinking he's thinking the same thing you are. Hey, she hasn't been to the gym.
And she looks
That's what we assume.
But he's just wondering, perhaps casually, have you seen the new equipment there? Something like that.
Don't guys feel like they're being nagged when we keep following up with, what did you mean by that? What did you mean? It sounds like it's naggy.
It depends. It depends on the type of conversation. A lot of times we like it because, I tell folks all the time, the biggest gift you can give us is a clue. We want to get clued into what you're thinking. What is it you want? And so the more you do that, the better for us it is.
Does familiarity breed contempt, truly?
I think you just have to be clear with each other and understand that good relationships, they need novelty and they need strong communication skills so you don't misinterpret.
Right.
You have to be careful about speaking in code and taking those shortcuts and really be clear with each other.
And just reading his body language, that sometimes is the dead giveaway, more so than what he's saying, how he's acting toward you,
It's a
right?
huge deal because guys, we don't use a lot of words. We do our communicating through action. And so we want to show up and show you how we're feeling, and then we don't expect you to have to ask for it. And so
Okay. And so it's still going to happen. No matter what. Here we go again. I'm going to go home and Franco's going to, never mind. All right.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks.